Assalamu alaikum guys, my name is Shahriyar Khan and for today's video our topic is loops in C++. Basically guys, there are three types of loops in C++: for loop, while loop and do while loop. I have discussed in detail about for loops in our last video. For loops have a short execution block and the syntax of the for loop is easy to understand so that most of the users use for loop in their programs. Other loops we are having are while loop and do while loop. I have discussed in detail about for loop in my last video. If you want a detailed explanation of for loop, you can see my last video. The main focus of our today's video is while loop and do while loop. So guys, the while loop and do while loop are two different types of loops. They are used for different purposes. While loop is used when you want to check the condition first and then you want to execute the block of statement. But in the other hand, in do while loop, you will first check the statement. Sorry guys, you will first execute your block of statement. You will execute the statement first and then you are checking the statement. In the case of do while loop, you will at least run your block of statement one time. Then the condition will be checked, either it is true or false, or you have to run the loop again, or you have to terminate the loop. So guys, let's quickly move to our dev C++ ID so that we could understand loops in better way. Move toward our code to make you understand better. First, I am going to explain about while loop. Syntax of the both loops are almost same. You will easily understand the difference. While loop. Okay. So guys, here I have declared a variable on which we are applying condition. This is the syntax of the while loop. While a, whatever condition we want to apply, a less than 5. Okay, so here we are initializing a to whatever value we want. So we are going to print, okay, what we want to print, we can print for programmers. That's the name of my channel also. Here the for programmers will print until the a will be less than 5. Here I am incrementing a so that our a variable could increment by 1. Or if I will not increment my variable, then the loop will ultimately run to infinity and keep running without any termination. So guys, we can see our loop will print 5 times according to this condition. First of all, the end loop will check the condition either a is smaller than 5 or greater than 5. Then the loop will come to execution block and print for programmers. Here we should add the expression to skip the next output on other line. So a plus plus, then a will be incremented by 1 and then the loop will go to again condition and check whether your condition is true or not. After first execution, a will be 1 less than 5. So the statement will be executed again. After second time increment in a, the other condition, then the 2 will be less than 5 and the statement will continue to execute until we have 5 less than 5, as 5 is equal to 5 but not less than 5, so that the statement will terminate and will get out from the for loop. Here we can write another line. The while loop terminated. This line will tell us that the while loop is terminated. We can save this program here. So that we can see that the for programmer is printed 5 times and then the loop is terminated. So guys, if we will put condition here a less than 0, then that is obvious that our loop will be terminated before entering the loop. As a is not less than 0, a is equal to 0, the value of a we are having is 0. So our loop will not execute it and we will not print for programmers. The loop is executed without printing any element. So here comes the do while loop. So if we will be using do while loop, we will write do here and condition after the loop. Do while, what is the condition? A less than 0. So in this case, first the loop will be executed and then the condition will be checked. So at least one time the statement block is executed and for programmer is printed for one time. Okay, let's see. Okay, we should have to enter semicolon also here. This is the part of the syntax. As we can see, for programmer is printed one time here, and the while loop is terminated then. Okay, guys, it is do while loop. Okay, so that's the basic sentence. So it's syntax of do while loop and uses of while loop and do while loop. If you want a more detailed video on while loop and do while loop, you can tell me. You can ask me in comments. I will obviously make a more detailed video on while loop and do while loop. You can see that A is initialized globally here, and the scope of A is not finished with these brackets, so that A will be consuming memory 4 bytes throughout the program. That is the drawback of do while loop. How many loops we will use will consume more variables and more memory will be drawn. So that's the reason we will use for loop. We prefer to use for loop because in for loop the scope of the variable obviously end after the for loop execution, and we are not wasting our memory. Thank you guys for watching my video. That's it for today. Allah Hafiz, take care. For more programming videos, like and subscribe the channel.